How we doing, everybody? So I want to come on here today. I want to talk a little bit about. I want to do part 2 of Ron Logan affidavit. I felt like after part 1, there was a lot more that I could go into and discuss that I didn't. So if you didn't see part 1, please go back and watch part 1. It explains what an affidavit is and what kind of statements go in there. Like true, real statements, facts, not speculation. And the real facts point towards, the case at hand, and which these similarities to possibly, connect him to this crime. So I left off at about where we went to Aquarium World. So this more to me and my attorney reading it. So here, I want to, like, Liberty German and Abigail Williams had no visible signs of a struggle or a fight. What does that have to do with the probable cause affidavit that Ron Logan killed these girls? Absolutely nothing. During the processing of the crime scene, investigators look at unknown fibers and unidentified hairs, which may be later used for comparison of similar fibers or hairs. Again, they didn't say they found horse hairs that, and Logan owns horses, and we want to look into this because that's odd that these hairs are in this area. No, during the process of the crime scene, investigators unknown fibers, which may be for similar fibers later. What? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, next one. Number 9. Logan owns numerous weapons, including handguns and knives that were reserved by Leo. So were they stabbed and shot? I mean, again, so if they weren't stabbed and shot, this would hold no fucking weight. Logan's home was searched as a result of a probation violation. I think this is his affidavit for the search for probation almost, and they added some things on top, man, because all of his bottom stuff is definitely has to do with probation, and the reason he lied was for a ride because he would drive on probation, man, and he's not allowed. Okay. Another thing I want to address is you can see that here where it says, okay, so number 10, on February 14th, 2017, at approximately 9:20 a.m., Logan contacted Redacted Male 1. Logan asked Redacted Male 1 to tell the police that Redacted Male 1 came to Logan's home between 2 and 2:30 on February 13th to pick up Logan. Logan further told Redacted Male 1 to say that Redacted Male 1 drove Logan to an aquarium store in Lafayette, Indiana. Logan told Redacted Male 1 to say they returned home to Logan's house between 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. On February, okay, what does this have to do with the crimes? That he lied about the time and he was home from 2:30 to 5:30 when the crimes were occurred. This has nothing to do with it. He's trying to, make a excuse for, again, leaving Delphi, okay, and going into Lafayette, where there's clearly cameras and whatnot, what have you, or he doesn't know the law as well in Lafayette. So when it says that he didn't ask, or let me keep going. 11. On February 14th, 2017, while requesting consent to search Logan's property, so what happened with this request? A law enforcement officer advised Logan that Leos would not search his home unless evidence led Leos to Logan's house. Wait, what? So what evidence was found to lead them to Logan's house? What? Let's read that again. On February 14th, 2017, while requesting consent to search Logan's property, because if he gives consent, they don't have to go through with an affidavit. So if he gave consent, there is no affidavit. A law enforcement officer advised Logan that Leos would not search his home unless evidence led law enforcement to Logan's house. They didn't find anything to lead him to the house. In that meeting, Logan said, I don't know. You don't know. Again, I wouldn't implicate myself. I don't know. I know nothing. Talk to my attorney. I don't know shit. It's just a blanket statement used towards law enforcement from anybody. Clearly, Logan's been around the criminal justice system a little bit, and he knows just, I don't know. You know what I mean? You don't want to say no, yes, anything. I don't know. Okay, number 12. A receipt from Aquarium World Lafayette dated February 13th with a checkout time of 5:21 p.m. was found in Logan's home on March 6th. So if he left the aquarium world at 5:21 and the girls were killed by 3:30, I mean, it doesn't even add up anyways. So how the fuck does number 12 have to do with a probable cause affidavit to search his home for the murders of 2 girls? It doesn't. Logan resides approximately 20 miles from the store. It would take approximately 30 minutes to get to the store from Logan's home. Like, what? On March, it holds no. Again, now if we're trying to go on a probation violation for him driving or whatever, whatnot, yeah, this makes total sense. This is a nice affidavit for arrest for probation violation, but not for murder of 2 girls. 13. On March 6, 2017, during an interview with Leo, Logan said he was picked up by a redacted male around 3 p.m. and taken straight to the aquarium store. In a March 6, 2017 interview, Logan said after he was done at the aquarium store, he was driven straight home. These statements are found to be factually false and intentionally designed to deceive Leos, yet to deceive law enforcement so he wasn't driving in Lafayette, okay, and getting in trouble. You see, they locked him up for 2 years for driving. I would try to lie too. On March 7, 2017, redacted male 1 was interviewed by Leos. Redacted male 1 tells Leos that he was with Logan on Monday, February 13th, and that he drove Logan to the aquarium store in Lafayette. On March 9th, 2017, was interviewed by another Leo regarding the trip to the aquarium. Redacted male 1 tells Leos that he had lied when he was interviewed by Leos on March 7th. Logan's request explained that Logan had never asked to lie for him in the past. Knows that Logan has driven his vehicle while on probation and is prohibited from doing so. Also said that Logan did not ask him to lie for Logan and lie. Again, come on, man. They don't even fucking spell words right in here. Come on, man. This is a court document. It would have spelling correct, grammatically correct. Come on, man. Like, again, if Ray Charles can see through this, okay? The reason you can't, or people can't see that this is not real is beyond me. Redacted male, okay. So, he did not ask him to lie for Logan when Logan drove to the transfer station because the transfer station's in Delphi and clearly he's okay with the local PD. Leave it at that. And that happens in local towns. So, clearly. On March 12, 2017, redacted male explained in an interview to Leos that Logan called him on the morning of February 14th and asked him to provide an alibi for Logan's drive to the aquarium in Lafayette. Or, again, knowing those girls' bodies were found on his property, they were going to start fucking with him. He already knew what time it was. This phone call was made prior to Leo's discovering the deceased bodies. Based on investigator experience, it is reasonable to believe that the creation of the alibi prior to the discovery of the crime indicates culpability or knowledge of the crime. Or, again, trying not to get a probation violation for driving. 16. Redacted on 1 said he thought the photograph of the male that was released by the media of the man on the bridge looked like Logan. That is a speculatory statement that would not be in an affidavit for probable cause to search. You do not use speculatory statements. Now, a citizen seeing Logan on the trails that day is a different story. Okay? What the fuck does somebody, a redacted male, say he thinks the photograph of the male released looks like Logan? Get him. You can't do that, man. That's why we have a court system in America. That's why we have everybody has a right to a trial, a right to bail out of jail, innocent until proven guilty. You just can't say, hey, I think that guy killed him. Arrest him. It doesn't work like that. You have to have some evidence. What evidence are they stating in here that would make them want to search his home for the murder of 2 girls? Nothing. I don't see it yet. Leo's learned that Logan had driven to the transfer station, in Delphi, because he didn't leave fucking Delphi. He knew he was all right not leaving Delphi. Okay? He didn't lie. 18, he did not ask him to lie because he wasn't leaving Delphi. Lonely only asked to provide an alibi for a trip that would have occurred at the time of the apparent abduction. Or, no, you're wrong. Or an apparent trip out of Delphi. Again, they're picking and choosing their wording very appropriately here. Again, Logan only asked redacted male 1 to provide an alibi for the trip that would have occurred at the time of the apparent abduction of LG and AW. What about, again, why not because he had to drive out of Delphi? Why isn't that brought up? Maybe because he was leaving Delphi again. He knew the cop working in Delphi, knew he was okay, knew he was lazy, wasn't going to pull him over, knew he was okay driving just there. Something. As soon as he leaves Delphi, he needs an alibi in some story. I totally get it. I mean, it doesn't seem weird. And now this whole stuff with this woman doesn't make sense either. She met Logan, was in a personal relationship with Logan for a couple months and stayed with him in his home on the weekend. Left Logan after becoming physically abusive. So with the girls, it said there was no physical signs of a struggle or a fight. So physically abusive, where does that come into play? Now, if the girls were physically abused and beaten the fuck up, okay, I understand how that statement holds weight. It doesn't hold a fucking ounce of weight if there was no fight and struggle. Okay? Explain that Logan continued to stalk and harass after the breakup. I mean, stalk and harass, could that be what BG did to them? I don't know, but that's speculatory. Okay? During the relationship, Logan had dragged redacted female one out of the car by her hair. Again, were the girls dragged by their fucking hair? If not, the statement holds no weight. Redacted female one still fears Logan. Oh, that's her opinion of how she feels for being in an intimate relationship with him. These girls weren't in an intimate relationship with Mr. Ron Logan. Redacted female has not contacted Logan in 2 years. Redacted female one told interviewers that Logan had told her in the past that he could kill her and no one would find her body. Well, again, I should let Jens finish this sentence at this point. How would this hold weight in this case? Possibly if there was no bodies found. Again, but they were. So how this holds any weight, I just totally 19, throw it out the way. Number 20. During her March 8, 2017 interview, redacted female one said she knew Logan carried a gun everywhere he went. So the girls were shot with a gun? If not, what weight's this fucking carry? He cocked the gun at them. Come on. Knew that Logan would carry a gun in a fanny pack. Described Logan's fanny pack as one made of nicer material. Again, you have a grainy image of a guy that you don't really know what he's wearing or what he has on. Blue jacket and jeans is about all we can really make of that. Is it a fanny pack? Is it some kind of a little sack? We don't fucking know. So again, what weight does this hold? None. 21. During her March 8, 2017 interview, redacted female one told Leo's when she first saw the photograph of the man on the bridge, she thought the police were looking for Logan because she thought the photograph was Logan. That is speculatory statements. Did not initially realize that the photograph was that of the suspect. Possibly. This could possibly be a statement that they could put in there. I give them that. 22. A call placed using Logan's phone produced cell tower data. This shows Logan's cell phone appears to be in or around his property on February 13th at 2:09, although his exact location cannot be confirmed. Okay. No, that wouldn't either because, again, they cannot triangulate exact location. They can only get an about location. But supposedly they got the coordinates where the last ping of Liberty's and Abigail's phones were. Doesn't make sense, but they can't get an exact location on Logan's phone. After this episode, you wait till I come out with the 2:30 ping episode because, again, that should be in the fucking timeline. The phone pinged at 2:30 in the morning and it's not in the timeline anywhere? Pff, again, don't get me started, man. So again, can you tell me a text message received by his phone at 10:16 p.m. and the initial exam of this analysis indicates Logan's phone was likely outside of his residence and in the proximity of where the bodies were located? How can they say that? But up top, they said they couldn't pin a location. Now they can, and he's by the bodies. Come on, guys. 25. Logan met with Leo's on about February 17, 2017. While they were on his property, Logan was physically able to get up and down the hill from his home to the crime scene, as well as everybody in the fucking search party. So that out the window, too. On March 14, 2017, Logan's former housemate was interviewed. Redacted resigned with Logan from September 16, summer scene. It was a sexual relationship with Logan for 3 years. Said when she first learned that Abigail Williams and Liberty German were missing and then found dead near Logan's home, her initial thought was that Logan was involved. That's a thought and a speculation. And said in an interview, if she feared Logan and Pretty told the baby's father if she ended up dead, Logan did it. Speculatory shit. Again, they have a relationship. They have a rapport together. They have like things outstanding. Okay, he didn't have this with the Liberty and Abigail, so it doesn't hold any weight. He wasn't in a relationship with them, man. This just doesn't make weight. He'd been and redacted female 2 explained in her interview 27 that Logan was violent with her in the past. Come the fuck on. That's a speculatory statement. So again, while at Logan's home, Logan punched her in the face, knocking her down. Where these girls, there was no sign of a struggle or a fight. So where does this hold any type of weight, man? These statements mean nothing. Explained that she was drinking, but Logan was completely sober at the incident. Redacted female 2 also explained that Logan was angry because she disrespected Logan in Logan's home. What kind of statement is that, man? It doesn't even have anything to do with the murders. This is ridiculous. But this is the fucking thing that gets me with this. Look, they have in this has the whole timeline of everything that happened. Where's the 2:30 a.m. cell ping at? Where's where the Tobe contacted Mike Butram for the drone to come out? They flew the drone, did all that, We're out there, everybody went, they're home for the night. And then Tobe Lesenby called the fire department for lights and more manpower at 2:30 a.m. But it was too dark and he feared the safety and called the search party off. Come the fuck on. This is not making sense, guys. 29. The FBI has established a database for collection and organization of tips provided by the public in this case. What the fuck are you talking about tips in the case for? So, in the database of 40,000, 60,000 tips, 15 tips, which citizens both know and attribute the crime to Logan for various reasons. That's not really that crazy, dude. And being on his property, it's already a preconceived notion he might have something to do with it. So, I understand that. So, let's go on to, based on the above aforementioned facts, Logan was in the area at the time the crime occurred, and that he provided false information about his activities during the crime to law enforcement and has prior propensity for violence. Get the fuck, but there wasn't any violence. They didn't struggle. So what violence? I don't understand. They were killed, but there was no signs of struggle. I guess it's violent to kill somebody, yes, but again, employed others to assist in deceiving law enforcement and plotted an alibi for a crime that had not yet been discovered. No, yes, it did. He employed others to assist in deceiving law enforcement and plotted an alibi for driving to Lafayette. So he didn't go to jail for driving, bro. That's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, if I was his attorney, I'd have fucking ate this apart, man. Information to be searched and items to be seized. Now, based on the affirmative facts, I believe there is probable cause to believe that Ronald Logan has committed the crime of murder, and evidence of that could be found on his property. Yeah, what? Anybody can think anybody committed murder and there's evidence on their property until you have something in stone pointing that direction, as stated above. Remember the statement that said they told Ron Logan in a police interview, if they did not find anything to point them towards his home, they would not search it. Now it's saying, based on the facts above, that there's evidence of the crime in his house. Clearly, there wasn't. The affiant requests a warrant to search Ronald Logan's entire property, described as a white 2-story single-family dwelling, including his detached garage, outbuildings, and vehicle. A white Ford F-250 bearing VIN number for evidence related to the murders. What? Evidence related to the murders of Liberty German and Abigail Williams for the following property. Like, okay, you named a Ford F-250. You named the house. Dude, you have if anybody has ever seen an affidavit to go into someone's house and take stuff, like they have literally up the steps, second door on the right, bedroom to take, computer out. Literally have a list of things they're going in the house to take. This is fucking bullshit document. 3. Any and all evidence pertaining to a murder. What? Including get out of here. Okay, dude. Blood seen and unseen here. Come on. Bodily fluids seen and unseen. Fibers, weapons, including guns and cutting instruments. Electronic devices used to produce the cellular signals detected by law enforcement in the area of the crime scene. Come on, man. They're not saying anything. Computers and computer equipment. Digital storage devices. Tapes, cassettes, cartridges. Streaming tape, commercial software and hardware, computer disks, flash drives, disk drives, monitor, computer, printers, modems, tape drives, this application program, data, this system, this, what the fuck? Was this videotaped? Wow. 5. Records, documents, writings, and correspondence containing information about the crime and crimes or individual involved in the crime. Yeah, this isn't really telling anything. And tablets, phones, iPad devices, and all electronic devices may contain digital data. They already named all that stuff up top. Why are you naming it again? Yeah, this is fucking bullshit, man. Bullshit. Signed, Judge Fouts. Get the fuck out of here. You are ordered to seize such property. Yeah, get the fuck such property or any part thereof found on such a search. Yeah, I'm not buying it. But anyways, there's part 2 for you. Gone over. This is crap, man. This is crap, man. This is bullshit. And then here I put it up on Reddit because I wanted to show you guys at the top, like I stated at the beginning of the other video, that it says, it is important to note that the text of this document has not yet been independently verified and relies on a watermark version from a podcast. Okay? Just to let you all know that, again, in any other case, when something like this comes out, somebody from somewhere will validate it's real, at least. No one validated this document is real at all. Months later, years later. Can't buy it is. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. I appreciate all you, and I appreciate all the support. I'll be doing a live here soon, guys. So either later today or tomorrow, I'll be hopping on for that. Please tune in. It'll be very interesting. Working now with another theory. Love Mike Patty. Like I said, I got some information that Cody and Mike raped Libby, and she was going to tell. She was pregnant. I don't know. Again, a coroner's report could clarify this a little bit, but we can't get that, so I don't like to speculate. But I'm going to come on live and give you everything I have. All right, guys, like, subscribe, and share.